The 2018-19 South Dakota Prep sports season is down to its final events. State golf wraps up the year with 3 girls tournaments as well as the boys B. The AA girls were teeing off at Cattail Crossing in Watertown. One of the top-ranked players this year, Carly Kunkel of O'Gorman, got it on top quick and stayed there for most of the day. Here a birdie on number 12. She currently sits tied for first at 75. With another golfer in her group, Morgan Strahl of Yankton, also taking a par here on 12 to stay toe for toe and tied. Both score a 3 over par 75 and again are tied for the lead after day one. Not far behind is another O'Gorman Knight, Shannon McCormick, here for par on lucky number 13. She goes into the clubhouse tied for third with a 5 over par 77. And the hometown team, if you will, Watertown, had a representative on the leaderboard. That's Megan Doctor for par on 11. She wrapped up the day tied for 6th. Day 78, we take a look at the leaderboard. Looks like O'Gorman's in pretty good shape to lock up their 3rd straight team title and 8th in 10 years, but it'll be a pretty good race to see who wins the individual title tomorrow. Down in Yankton, the girls' B was at Fox Run. Now both the B girls and boys originally were supposed to be in Mitchell. Course couldn't quite handle it, though, thanks to all the water we've had. And this course couldn't really handle Dubrook's Courtney Frank. She nearly chipped in for birdie right there. It danced around but didn't drop on 16. She is an 81 right now. She was the 2017 champ and 3rd last year. There's Castlewood's Lacey Koima for birdie on 16. She drains that putt and is tied for 9th. Similar line to her par putt for Burke South Central's Taylor Indahl, and last year's runner-up nails it. She saves par to get to 83 on the day. She's in 2nd place. Wind was really whipping around, too, after some early storms. Flandreau's Kiva Bersheim for birdie on 17, scoots it just by. She would settle for par. We take a look at the leaderboard. Defending team champ Burke South Central has a 1-shot lead on Dubrook, who had won the previous 4 titles prior to last year. And again, Frank with a 2-shot lead on Indahl heading into the final round. Boys B a couple miles away at Hillcrest Country Club, and some interesting action on number 9. Hamlin's Devin Wheelborg, who was 4th last year, and I kind of have an affinity for his last name. Look how close that one nearly goes on the chip shot for birdie. He settles for par and is in contention. Also on number 9, James Valley Christian's Austin Boomsma booms it, but unfortunately it hits the cup. Otherwise, he would have had a birdie, and he has to settle for par as well. On number 10, Gregory's J.J. Beck, last year's runner-up, putting for birdie. Leaves it a little short and to the left. He would tap in for par. And finally on number 11, it's Aberdeen Christian's Jeff Becker, who was on the beach. He's going to get a nice save out of the sand. Right now, though, it's all James Valley Christian on the leaderboard and at the top of the individual leaderboard as well. We take a look at that. JVC with a 12-shot lead, and a couple of JVC golfers are atop the leaderboard. Again, final round tomorrow. On the girls' State A, that's over in Aberdeen. West Central with the team lead. And the defending champion in that one, Birkeland, is tied with Kelsey Heath of Sisseton. Again, final round tomorrow. We'll have plenty of coverage. Parker's Carly Peters was one of the stars at last week's state track meet, going out a champion, and our Carl's TV and Appliance Athlete of the Week. Carly Peters has had a passion for track since she was 9 years old.
That is the senior from Parker, Carly Peters.
I like the competitiveness and how, at the end, you make so many different friends through it, and everyone wants the best for each other, but you get that kind of rush of energy, some nerves going through. I like that part. I like competing at big meets like this.
It's how the Parker senior rises to those moments that many of her peers might not be as open about.
When the stands are filled, you get a little more nervous, but with that comes better times and different competition to kind of push you to see what you can really do.
And that's helped Peters become one of the top sprinters in the state. 1 year after winning 4 state championships and MVP of the state meet, Carly took home 3 more titles, finishing her prep career with 9 state championships and 20 medals. She'll take those accolades to nearby Vermilion next year when she begins running at USD.
I think all my races will get a lot stronger, just training year-round and lifting and doing some extra work, which I'm really excited for, to kind of see what I can do at the next level now.
Where bigger crowds and bigger nerves could lead to even bigger things for Carly. Roosevelt girls basketball program looking for a new head coach, as David Maxwell will join Chris Johnson as a USF men's basketball assistant. We'll have that and more coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. Back in a moment.